Hello, guys, and welcome to Friday! Ha ha ha! You know, I've been talking a whole lot to you, and today it's your turn to talk to me. Welcome to the Dear Two Letter Show.
It's Dear Two Letters.
Hi, guys. How you doing? I really hope that you enjoy this show. You guys send me messages and comments and letters all the time, and I don't generally get to answer them just one right out, after the other, and I want to change that. I want to have a show where I talk to you guys. Now, this is sort of a segment that I used to do on the 2 Cent Show all the time, but this is the first time I'm actually doing it just by itself, its own show. So it's new. This is a new show for my face to the does. So take it easy on me, please. I mean, to just give me a little bit of slack for a little while until I get rolling with the show. I asked you guys to do that with the MRE shows, and you didn't do it. I was like, hey guys, new MRE show. I've never done an MRE before, so take it easy and don't kill me. And then I messed it up, and you guys went blah, 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 blah. And you did it because I didn't do it perfect the first time, even though I've never done it before. So take it easy on me. The show will evolve. It's going to evolve over time. So let's see where it goes right now, and we'll get a hold of it and see what we can do with it in the future. So let's just get into it. First letter, Dear Two, the topic of AI art and prose has been creating quite a stir lately, and I'm curious to your opinions on it. I've done some experimenting with it, and it's been nice for making avatar art from things like screenshots of my character in Second Life. I've also seen it used shamelessly rip off artists, including Electrofencer, and I find that pretty disgusting. What is your opinion on it, and how do you think this technology will progress? This is from Kirov. Hello, dude. How's it going? I've been asked this before, and the only way that I can really answer this honestly is take a step back into history a little bit. Once upon a time, not too terribly long ago, we used to get our ice cubes from people. People actually delivered ice. They got on horses and they put these big chunks of ice and they went by and it's like, you want some ice? Yeah, I want some ice. And they give you ice. And then sometime around the mid-50s, they came up with ice boxes for your house that you plugged it in and it kept everything frozen. And you didn't, what about the ice guys? What about them? Did we say, whoa, man, stop. We can't have freezers in our houses because there's an entire industry of ice people that it'll put out of business. Did we do that? No, we didn't. We did not do that. We basically said, look, guys, thank you for your service. You've been amazing for the last 100 years. Now, piss off. It was technology. It was a new convenience. Of course, if some ice people got fired, we're going to kind of look the other way. Like, wait, what? No, I didn't see it. What? No. Well, the same thing's going to happen with AI art. If people can type something in and there it is, then what's going to happen is these artists are going to have to pull their heads out of their ass, and they're going to have to start making better deals with people. I mean, I've seen far too many artists that are like, well, no, I don't want this customer or that customer, this one. I want specific customers, and you're going to pay me this much, and I'm going to do it at this speed, and if you don't like it, then I just won't do you nothing. That's going to have to go. No more of this specific thing where, artists they'll draw a character already and then they'll make somebody pay for it because it looks something like them. No more doing that. No more of this paying them and then maybe in 6 months you'll get a picture. What's gonna have to happen if people can just type in what they want and poof, there it is, they're gonna have to start kicking more business ass. They're gonna have to say, okay, I'll have it done as soon as I can. Yes, I'll take you as a customer. They're gonna, honestly, I'm not saying all artists like this, some of them are. Those artists, they're going to have to get off their lazy asses and they're going to have to actually make a good business for if they're going to keep going as artists. And no, artists are not going to go out of business. They're not. I mean, let's say you go and get a chair, right? You can go and get a chair that was made at a factory by a machine, and here it is, and it's okay, and it works, right? And you pick it up, and it's cheap, and you use it. There it is. But if you want to, still to this day, you can go to a carpenter and say, hey, I want something original. I want something unique. And I want to just get a chunk of log and build me a chair out of it, and I will pay you for it. You can still do that. So no, original art is not going to poof and go away or anything like that. I mean, they'll still be around, but they're going to have to start being more customer friendly or else they might not get any more work. Dear two, hey two, I'm doing well. How are you? I'm doing just fine today. I hope you're doing good too. I hope you're fine. I hope your day is going wonderful. I got a new job as the you shall not pass guy at a construction zone. My legs are tired, but it's so much better making my own money again. I had a shocking epiphany recently, and I thought it isn't a particularly happy question I'd still like to ask. That's fine. That's okay. Doesn't have to be happy questions all the time. Just be questions. I had the realization at 29 that one day I will have a question, turn around to ask someone older and more experienced, and there will be no one left. What do? Thanks, Legion Bunny. Well, as the official old fart I am, what I'm supposed to say is that by the time you reach that age, you won't need to ask anybody. You'll already know it because you'll have gained that wisdom. But the reality is you can get old and still be stupid as fuck, and you just have to pretend like you know it. You just have to learn how to pretend really well. You have to play it off on younger people. You have to be like, you know what? I bet you don't know what the capital of Ohio is. I bet you don't know. Oh, Columbus? You're right. Oh, I see. You are smarter than I thought you were. Of course, I knew that all the time, you know. Honestly, one benefit of getting older is that people do take pity on you in a way, because if you don't know something, or there's something you can't quite do because your body is sore or whatever, a lot of times younger people will help you out, and I'm glad for that because I've needed it. A lot of times it's like, hey man, I brain old. Cannot remember, what is that thing? And oh, it was this. Oh, thank you very much. So you'll always be able to ask something, to somebody somewhere, and just go to the people you care about and ask them, and then after they answer you, pretend like you knew it all along. Dear two, if you were in a zombie apocalypse and you had to choose between weebs, furries, and bronies to team up with, which would you choose and why? This is from the Flying Carpet Merchant. Well, I'm gonna have to choose weebs. I mean, I'm gonna have to. It's just like, weebs can't fight. None of them can fight, but at least weebs think they can fight. If it's a zombie apocalypse, they're doing the Naruto run right at the zombies. At least they'll swing swords around thinking they can do some damage, and who knows? Maybe they will. Bronies and furries they'd just sit there and like gripe about the style of zombie. That's what they do. It's like, oh, these are the ones that are like half rotten and with this bone sticking out. I don't like those. Those are no good. They're dead. You can't. Bronies and furries, they're not gonna fight. You gotta go with the weebs because, at least they'll kind of be a human shield for a little while. You could run the other way. It is Friday, March the 3rd, by the way, 2023. In case you didn't know, and I'll do this every time when we have our little Fridays together. Today is National Canadian Bacon Day. Every day is some sort of crazy ass as fuck holiday, and that includes Fridays. Today is actually Canadian Bacon Day. What are you supposed to do on Canadian Bacon Day? Well, you're supposed to eat Canadian bacon. By the way, I might mention that America is the only place that has Canadian bacon. Canada does not have Canadian bacon. They have a very simple word in Canada for Canadian bacon. They call it ham, which is a mystery to me because we also have ham in the United States. We have ham and then Canadian bacon, which is ham. I don't know why we have two different hams, and one of them is not even from here. We got the normal ham, and then we got the ham that says sorry too much. I don't know. But if you want to celebrate Canadian Bacon Day, well, obviously you got to eat something with Canadian bacon on it. Everybody's like, well, it's probably good. Something with breakfast with no. Get a Canadian bacon pizza. I know it's just ham pizza, but it's good. It's Canadian bacon pizza is really, some of you Canadians need to come down here and try some Canadian bacon pizza because you can't get it in Canada. You can only get it down here. It's really good stuff. So I wish you a wonderful March 3rd, Canadian Bacon Day. Stuff yourself, Canadian bacon, good, have fun, and we'll move on to more letters. Dear two, I am 41 and I've been listening to you since I first heard you on Rant Radio years ago. I was an avid listener of Sean Kennedy when you were on the station, and man, you've been listening to me a long goddamn time, haven't you? You were listening to me report when they invented fire. I'd like to thank you for being partially responsible for helping to make me the man I am today, as well as continuing to entertain both myself and my wife with your content. Can honestly say you are a truly awesome entertainer and person. Blush, dokie dokie. All the best to you in the upcoming year, the Insomniac DM. You know, I've always wanted to give people a smile. I've always wanted to make them laugh or keep them company. But there's a few things that I've said over my whole life and over all my entertainment career. I've basically said a few things. One of them, I think maybe the most important one, has been to think for yourself. That's all I've been doing this whole time. Just been saying, think for yourself. Don't let other people think for you. You use your own brain and think for yourself. And the sad thing is that I was saying that during a time when it wasn't really important to say it. I just knew that one day it might be. And now here we are, maybe a couple of decades after I started saying that, and suddenly you can see how important it is now, because you can look around all over and you can see what happens when people do not think for themselves. Yeah, that's right. They go insane. They go nuts, and they try to get you to go nuts with them. So even continuing on, think for yourself. Ask questions. Figure out the truth. Figure out what you believe about things. Don't just listen to other people and believe it just because they say it. Figure out what you think. Of course, there is a common word now that they use for people who think for themselves. They generally call them Nazis now. Dear 2, what's up? Well, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, that was a thing a couple of decades ago. We used to do that a lot. It was, instead of calling each other phobic of everything, we'd just say, what's up? And everybody was cool. And it was, I miss those times. Dear 2, are you planning to finish Moss Book 2? We're waiting for another episode. I hope you haven't forgotten about us. This is from Bardrick. May have read this letter a little late because I did finish off Moss 2, and no, I did not forget about you. There were only a few of you that were watching Moss Book 2 because it was a VR game and it was very central on it was jerky. Some people don't like to watch VR games, but a few of you did, and I will say right now, in all honesty, when some of you guys want to see something, I want to do it. I literally want to. I don't care how small the number is. It's just a few of you want something, then I'm gonna be like, all right, let's do it. Because I guess going back in my past, I'll make the same excuse that I used to make when conventions used to apologize to me sometimes, because they're like, well, we got you in this room and we'd like you to perform there, but we couldn't get you on main stage. And I would tell them this every time. I'd say, look, I don't care if you put me in a broom closet. If you can smash me in there with 5 other people and I can make those 5 other people smile, it's worth it. It's completely worth it to me, because those 5 individuals, they're people. And if I can actually make them happy, then I'm good with it. So, and it's the same way with the gaming on the channel. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, by the way. We wound up winning. We kicked its ass. And then, of course, the little mouse forgot about me and ran off to do something else, and now I'm pissed at it. Let's take a small break from the letters and go to the Gallery of Shame.
The Gallery of Shame.
Gallery of Shame. We're going to show you some pictures this week that are sometimes funny, sometimes weird, and sometimes just complete failures. But hey, we're gonna look at them all together and see what happens. That pepper looks like it's in pain. Is that? I think that's a red bell pepper. God, that pepper, it looks like it ate at Chipotle with too much sriracha sauce yesterday. That's what it looks like to me. I know, because I have made that face. A dog will lick his butt, but won't eat a Pickle Road. Now, I know what you're thinking about this when you think, oh, it's Photoshop, that's not real. Thing is, it is real, and I know because that is actually a street in Colorado. I've heard about it before. That actually is a real road. A dog will lick its butt. Oh, sorry, a dog will lick his butt, but won't eat a Pickle Road. That is actually a road here in sophisticated Colorado. We are just so cosmopolitan over here. Give head! This one, I actually don't know. I don't know if that's photoshopped or not. I know what it is because that's a yield sign from Europe or Britain. Usually what it says is give way. But I don't know, it looks like it it might actually be photoshopped. I mean, I don't care if it is. I like the idea of give head. I need to have that sign right on my studio door. It is Pickle Henge. I will eat all of that. I'll munch that. I mean, I know a lot of people out there, they don't like pickles, but I'll eat it. And the thing is, when you look at this, it's cute because it's a hinge made out of pickles, but somebody put a lot of work into that. Who would do that? Who has the time in their life to go, I'm gonna spend a few hours making pickle hinge? I don't know. I wish I had that time in my life. 5 extremely slow children playing. I would make fun of that. I would absolutely make fun of that, but I was one of those kids. I was one of the slow children playing. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it, I was. Human rest, oh my God, okay. Oh, I am confused in more ways than one right now. Okay, first of all, what is that all over the door? I mean, I hope that isn't what I think it is. And second of all, why do we have to designate human restroom? Is there other kinds of, is there like anteater restroom next to that? Is, elephant restroom? Oh boy, maybe that's what's wrong with this one, is an elephant thought that was its restroom and just all over the door, just blat. I have no idea why that is there. There is no context. I don't really want any. I'd really rather not have it. You can only bring back one. Oh boy. Okay. A, $500 a month, 2-bedroom apartments. B, 79-cent gas. That's nice. C, $1,000 used cars. And D, $4.99 buffets. All right, I know which one. I know which one I'm going for. I'm gonna do the logic, grown up, mature, hopefully mature. I don't even know. I'm gonna go for A. I gotta go for the $500 a month apartments. And the reason why is because $1,000 used car. That's nice. So is a cheap buffet. So is cheap gas. But you don't need those things. You do need shelter. And besides, if you're only paying $500 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment, then you could pay for this other stuff if it's more expensive. You have a lot easier doing it. So I don't know about you guys. I choose A. Let me know what you guys chose down there, and we'll talk about it. Oh, yes, baby. Yes! I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but this is what life is going to be like entirely. It's never going to stop. You're never going to be exactly what you want to be. You're never going to look exactly like what you want to look. And the moment that you do, somebody's going to make you look terrible for no other reason than just to sit there and smile and take pictures of you and put it on the internet for other people to laugh at. That's what life is. Get used to it. I'm sorry. Deal or noodle? Deal or noodle? What's that's from that old game show, Deal or No Deal, right? Deal or noodle doesn't sound like it's noodle. They're talking about my noodle. There's a picture over here about you, girl. You gotta bite him. Yeah. Don't worry, Noodle's gonna come over here and bite it. It's okay. Disabled parking only. Stupidity is not a disability. I'm gonna disagree with that. I'm gonna disagree. First of all, I think stupidity is a disability. And I think it's bad enough now that it's probably the most common disability out there right now. People doing some nutty shit out there all over the place because of stupidity. And you don't think stupidity is a disability, watch the Monday show, okay? That's full of it. These people walking with their phones in front of their face and they walk into glass or into a pool or something. They could drown. That's literally a disability that could kill you. Stupidity definitely is a disability. That was the Gallery of Shame. Let me know what you think about that. I want to, do that in the middle of the Dear 2 show, just because, why not? It's fun. Gets to point out some funny pictures. We get a laugh out of it and a smile. Let me know what you think about it. And now, let's get back to the letters. Hey there to Gryphon. First off, how's the pile of cardboard boxes doing? I hope you're feeding them well. Second, I was excited back when you announced a trip to your place being given to one lucky individual. Burst my bubble when learning it only counted for those living in North America. 3, were I to learn, he didn't say 3, I said 3. I'm the one that said 3. That was my fault. Were I to learn you read this, I think my heart would burst with joy. Oh, be careful. Hey, we don't need to be calling you an ambulance, dude. May your marshmallows never burn from a campfire. This is from Brainfuck McLion Main. First, I'll go with your second thing. Yeah, I do have an opening. By the way, it's open now on my Patreon. It's really expensive. I don't encourage anybody to do it, but basically it is $300 a month, and this is for people that's, you know, you got a lot of cash. Okay, you don't mind, and you're like, oh, hundreds of dollars. There you go. This is for people who aren't struggling. And yeah, my promise was that if you did that for like a year, every year you did it, you would be able to come over to my house and visit me for a weekend, a week, whatever, and just chill out. The only reason that it's only available to people in North America is because I have to think about the finance of it. And if you were paying me like $300 a week, and I was gonna like fly out to somewhere else, like somewhere in, you know, I don't know, Europe or Scandinavia or something like that, it would take nearly 9 months of you paying that $300 just to cover the cost that it would take me to get out there. I don't know if you guys know this who are outside of the US, but for us, the US, flying like away from the US, fucking expensive, like stupid expensive. So I'm sorry I couldn't do that. I wish I could. Second thing, may your marshmallows never burn from a campfire. I'm one of those weirdos. You probably already know that I'm a weirdo. I mean, I think that you probably have an idea that I'm something of a weirdo. Well, one way I'm weird is that when I have a campfire and I have a marshmallow on a stick, that's exactly what I do. I light that bitch on fire. I light it on fire, and then I blow it out until it's like literally this black, chunky, ashy crisp of a marshmallow. I like them that way. I know people are like, what are you doing? I actually like the flavor of them when they are just burned to a crisp. So there's the second thing. The third thing, let me flip to another video. So you wanted to know how all the boxes were in the room where I have all those boxes standing up. Well, it was a sad day, let me tell you. All of the boxes are now, they look like this. They look, and I know you want to know what happened. Now, see, it was perfectly innocent day, but I was sitting in my studio and I heard these boxes like insulting my mother. I heard that. And they're out here, it's like, his mom is stupid and his mom dumb. And I came out here with my box cutter. I was like, listen, y'all insult my mom one more time, I'm gonna cut you all to pieces. I'm just gonna unbox you. I'm gonna cut every single one of you. And over there in the corner, one of them goes, she's a bitch. That was it. That was it. Got out the box cutter and just laid them all out. Problem was, when I cut them open, they puked all their packing material, so yeah, now we gotta deal with that. So yeah, I do not put up with mouthy boxes. I don't do that. Mouthy boxes, they do not last long here. They live into my house, they mouthing off to me, talking about my mom. No, they're gonna get flattened pretty quick. And that's what happened in there. So just, yeah. They insult me anymore, I'm gonna take them to the bathroom and start using them to wipe my butt. Why do you drive in a parkway and park in a driveway? It's from Gleaming 999. Why do you drive in a parkway and park in a driveway? There was the investigation into this in 2001. If you remember, they spent millions of dollars to investigate why do we drive in a parkway and park in a driveway. But then what happened? They don't want you to know this because suddenly now there's 9/11. Oh, look at that. Oh, buildings falling down, exploding. And then everybody forgot about the Parkway investigation. Oh, because they found out something they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know it because if you found out about it, you would go and you tell the whole world why we drive on a parkway and park in a driveway. They don't want you to know why that happened. And it's also the same thing, the investigation going on now. Why are they called apartments when they're all stuck together? Oh, Dear 2, I've been working on a personal playlist that defines my musical experiences over the course of the 2020s, since I feel that in recent years it's become rather difficult to define a decade by its music. I don't know. Sonoda, I'm agreeing with you. I don't know how many people out there agree with you, but yeah, I mean, it's like when you think of like the 70s, the 80s, the 60s, the 90s even, yeah, you get this certain sound, but like the last couple of decades, it's like, poof, there's no real distinct sound. It's kind of like disappeared. So I know what you're talking about. I was curious if you've recently found any cool songs or bands, and if so, what songs those are. If you remember back in the 80s, there was this guy named Gary Newman, and he basically invented synth rock. If you heard that song, that old song Cars, Here in My Car, that one, believe it or not, that guy is still going, and now he's got like all this influence from things like Nine Inch Nails and from other things, and he's still making new albums. I would say that over the last few years, he's like become my favorite artist, like my favorite music artist right now at this time. Go check him out. Like, there's a song that he made recently, an album called Intruder. Go look at Intruder from Gary Newman, N-U-M-A-N. See if you like it. I actually, I'm digging those songs a lot. Dear 2, I wrote you a Dear 2 letter about 12 years ago or so. Did you ever get that letter? Damned if I remember what it was about. Ditto for the few other times I wrote. Oh, and did you set up your P.O. box? It's from Sky Fox. Hello, Sky Fox. How's it going, dude? I probably do have it. I still have my old inbox, and in that I used to get Dear 2 letters, and I would put them in a folder called Dear 2, and I think I still have Dear 2 letters in there from back from maybe 2004 or 5. So there's a bunch of them still back there that I haven't answered. If I answered them now, y'all would freak out. I pop up with some Dear 2, how did you this and that and stuff from this guy, and this 90-year-old guy would go, I can't believe you still have that letter. But I do. And by the way, yes, I do have a P.O. box now. A lot of you guys bother me. You're like, get a P.O. box because we want to send you stuff. And so I got one. I do have a P.O. box now. If you want my P.O. box, then message me and I will give you the P.O. box and you can send me letters or whatever you want to send me. So guys, patreon.com/rantinggryphon. If you do want to send me a few bucks and help me out, keeps me going. I buy sandwiches, I eat them, and then I sit here and I make videos for you guys. And I love doing it, by the way. If you keep me alive, I'll keep making videos. Deal, deal. That is your Dear 2 letters for this Friday. I'm thinking about doing this show once every 2 weeks if I can. And the reason why is because sometimes, you guys won't see this video for maybe a few days or maybe a week. And so I don't get a big pile of letters until maybe a couple of weeks. That plus there's a lot of production involved in this. So yeah, every couple of weeks, I'll try and do this for you. I may miss one sometimes if I'm sick or something, but most of the time, yeah, every 2 weeks. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. You're going into the weekend, it's rest time, get some beer, hang out, chill out until Monday. And you know what happens on Monday, right? Monday happens. And I will see you guys again very, very soon.